Good afternoon. I think, yes, it's nearly 2 o'clock. And I'm going to start to prepare dinner tonight. So I'm having soup tonight, which I will make, and I will share how I make that as well. And I'm also going to prepare the bread. The bread's already, it's a bought sourdough loaf. I'm just going to like snazz it, jazz it up a little bit, because it's going to go perfectly with the soup that I'm doing. Also, we have Teddy's ophthalmic veterinary surgeon coming out to see us today to bring more medication before his surgery. I've got Dave's done the lounge. Dave's out here now, our robot cleaner. He's doing the floor out here. I'll pop him in the hallway in a minute so it's all tidy. I've tidied up, I've dusted. I'm going to do this, prepare dinner. I was going to do my preserves today, but I don't think I can be bothered. I'll probably save those for another day. But I'm going to crack on and show you how I'm doing this. So I've got a bowl here. Let me just to angle you properly. So I've got just a bowl, glass bowl, some foil. I've got mozzarella. I've got garlic paste, and I've got sesame oil. I'm going to need some chili flakes. Butter, I've got the butter, but I've got the butter over there. Right, so this I will wrap the bread in before it goes into the oven. So the first thing I'm going to do, this bread is probably, it's still reasonably soft, but it's about 2 days old now, 3 maybe. And I really wanted to use it before. And this is Tesco's Finest premium crafted seeded sourdough. So you could do it with any sort of uncut loaf, to be fair. I'm just going to take all that off. Now I've got my bread knife, and I'm just going to cut through some slices. I mean, sourdough bread's quite thick anyway, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I'm just going to slice through, not all the way to the bottom, but almost. So it's like a tear and share loaf. And then just as many like slices as you want to do, as thick as you want, you know. But this is going to be like quite hearty because it is to go with soup, because in the like latter part of July it's still like, it feels like autumn. Honestly, it's dreadful out there. I was going to do cauliflower cheese tonight with something, but I really need to use this bread, so that's why I thought I'm going to do the soup today. And it's soup weather. I mean, I've got a jumper on, for goodness sake. And I've got fluffy socks on and leggings and a vest top underneath my jumper. You know, it's not me, not normally. So in my bowl, I'm going to pop some butter. I mean, you can, if you want to, melt this down. But I find if you melt it down, it kind of goes into the bread like immediately. And then you don't get all that sort of gooey, yummy, sort of buttery flavour. So now I'm going to pop in some of the garlic paste, and obviously again it's as strong or as subtle as you want it to be. We do like garlic, and I could put fresh garlic in, but this just kind of oh, it smells divine. You can sort of like put it in the layers a lot easier with this. So I've gone with 3 spoonfuls.
This far somehow, I'll just take
chili flakes. Again, sort of, you know, your required taste. And then just to make it that little bit runnier, I put in some of the sesame oil. Dave, why are you making such noise? So I just pop in some sesame oil, and then I kind of like, when I pop it in the oven, I put it in really low for about 30 minutes so everything can really sink in and become yummy and stodgy and gorgeous. And then for the last, say, 5 minutes, I take the foil off from the top and then pop a little bit of this sesame oil on the top, just so that it crisps it up. So I'd say that's possibly, I don't know, a couple of teaspoonfuls. I just sort of like eyeball it, to be fair. Once you've done this a few times, you will know how you want to sort of do it. Right, so I lay the bread, as you can see, on some foil. Let me get this out of the way. I sort of like open all the little slices, the slits that I've made. And first of all, I just go in, so you can see, let me get that there. And I just like dollop it in there. Just use your pastry brush just to sort of get in there, because you can always add more in a minute. So just get in there with this and give it a good old dollopy doos. Is that right, dollopy doos?
Dollopy doos. Deep down.
Deep down. Mozzarella just into this bowl here to save me going over to the sink. A little bit of juice there, so I'm just filling that up. Right, and then you literally just go and break up pieces of mozzarella and put it inside of each little slit in the bread. And then as you tear each slice, oh my gosh, it's so lovely. So I bring both sides up, and then I sort of like squeeze it over at the top so that I can easily take that off for the last 5 minutes to crisp up the top. And there we go. So I will be putting this in the oven for like 30 minutes on very low oven. I'll probably put it on at maybe 150, something like that. 140, 150, half an hour, so it heats all the way through, everything melts. And then, as I say, for the last 5 minutes, I'll take this off the top, drizzle it with a bit of the sesame oil, and then let it all go crunchy and lovely on the top. So that's that bit done. So now for the soup. So I've just got my soup maker here, or my blender, but this is an Ninja and it does soup beautifully. I'm going to take some tomatoes. I usually use about 300 grams, what have I got here? 300 grams exactly. So these are, let me just move that out of the way. These are cherry tomato, little cherry tomatoes. To be honest, cherry tomatoes you can put in whole. If I was making this soup in a saucepan, I would be doing it very differently, and I would be roasting the tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. But this is such a quick, easy version, and it's delicious. So tomatoes are in there. You can use fresh red peppers to make this. Oh, but I had one of these in the cupboard and I've got another one, and I really like using like these. And to be honest, I really love using these in the soup. The roasted red peppers, they just give so much more flavour. The recipe calls for 2, but you can put in as much as you like, and then I will put in a whole jar. So that whole jar will go in, and I'll just sort of like, just chop it a little bit. I'm not gonna, it's soft. It's been roasted already, so it's got that lovely flavour. And so this is just what I will use. And I do use, it's so quick and easy. There we go. And then they're going in as well. Like it a little bit spicy, I'm going to put some of these in. I probably won't, if I'm using these, I probably won't put in the chilies, to be honest, because these are hot. I do kind of like, to be fair, it always tastes the same, but it always tastes like a little bit different as well. But these are the These are the piquinati peppers, they're sweet, but they are actually hot. So I'm not going to be putting any chili flakes in today. And I will use the fork because they are quite hot. Because they're delicious and they're lovely on salads. I often put them on salads, you know.
Sorry, I'm not in the market. If I quit buying, you can't sell me anything. No thanks, I'll pass.
Alright, and then I put in a vegetable stock cube. If you were doing this obviously in a saucepan, as I say, and you roasted your vegetables first and roast some garlic and all of the rest of it, and then do it in the saucepan, it's basically the same, but it's the way you cook it is different. With this, I can just chuck everything in and it's really good. Okay, so the stock cube's in. Then I use almonds, flaked almonds, to thicken my soup. If I wanted this to be really runny, I'd leave it. But because I want it a little thicker, so that when we tear that mozzarella and garlic chili bread, when we tear that, you can like really dip it in to the soup and it sort of sticks to the bread a bit. So I always use almonds and I eyeball it. Out of a bag of almonds, this is 170 grams, I probably get 4 lots of soup out of this. So yeah, just use the almonds to thicken it. Obviously, if you've got somebody with a nut allergy, please, obviously, you know, don't do that. And then I'm going to pop in, if I was doing it in the oven, I would do garlic in the oven. I'd roast it, and once it had been roasted, I would then sort of squidge the innards out and then put it in the soup. And basically that's it. So tonight, when I cook this, I will use water from the kettle, so it'll be boiling water, so that will help melt everything down, like bring it all together, and the stock cube and everything. And then I fill it to, now on here, on the Ninja, there's a maximum cold fill. So if you're using cold water, you can go to here. If you're using hot water, you go here, which is the maximum fill for hot water. Is here. So I will just top that with hot water this evening, and then I will just be punching in smooth. 29 minutes, it's done. And at the same time as I put this on, I will be popping my bread in the oven. I will like preheat it first and then put my bread in, so it's all ready and gooey and delicious together. And I'll show you what it's like once it's all cooked up. So see you a bit later tonight. Popped the bread in the oven. So I've got to put the water in up to the line. You can see that it says maximum fill hot. It's probably blurred a bit now, isn't it? Steamed up, but that there is maximum. Hello. Smooth soup, 30 minutes, that's it. So that's just to be left now, and 30 minutes time, that's going to be a delicious soup. Right, this is really, really, really hot. Some cream on the top, you can. Creme fraiche on the top, you can. I'm just going to pop it on a clean function now. So just put water in it. And I'm just going to pop clean. There we go evening, so the bread is out of the oven. That's what it looks like. That's what the soup looks like. And then when you tear it off and you dip it into the soup, it's a delight. Yum.
Just take my chances. No thanks, not now. We made it this far somehow. I'll just take my chances.
And here we go, off to enjoy our dinner.